Welcome back, guys.
We're back.
You're
we
back.
are back.
You're back. I love it.
Back.
Everybody here is really excited to talk to you. I'm really excited to talk to you. And I just want to kind of kick it off.
Oh, it's so big.
Alex. So you want to look at yourself?
I've never
Go ahead.
actually I didn't see how big that was. Huh. It's so big.
You got to turn around real fast to see yourself. Is that, no? Yeah.
Oh.
No.
No.
Not yet.
No,
Nope.
there's no delay.
Something to work for.
It's like I'm trying to trick the camera. Didn't work. Okay.
So welcome back, you guys. Alex, we saw at the end of
Are these
of
cards
this-
blank?
No, they're not.
Oh my God.
The back is blank.
I was like, this is even more impressive. Wow.
We saw you at the end of the last episode waking up in the empty, and I'm wondering, is that a sign that you're going to be back this next and last season?
Or is it a sign that I'm stuck in the empty forever? Sorry. I don't know. I don't know as of yet what that signals. What I've heard is if you wake up in the empty, that like there's a possibility you can get dragged back. I have a good feeling about it in my heart of hearts. So does Osric. He told me backstage.
Yeah.
I have a good feeling about it.
You did not mention it.
Why didn't you mention it backstage?
I'm
Can't believe
sorry.
you didn't tell us. This
I
is a
was
big
too
letdown.
busy eating my tater tots. I don't know.
Those did look good, though. I will give you that.
They
Yeah.
were.
So yeah, I have a good feeling. I don't know what it indicates necessarily. People have been stuck in the empty before,
Right.
and they've got dragged out. I brought Cass out of the empty, so I wonder who will bring me out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Suggestions?
That means someone will bring you out. Did you just?
Adam. Here's the thing. I feel like sorry, just as an
Worst
Adam
candidate.
bit, because it is the last season. I really feel like they gotta get him out. You know, they gotta bring Adam back. That poor guy's just been abandoned down there, and yeah, I got a good feeling.
I got and
Unlike Adam, who must have a terrible, terrible feeling in his heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll come back.
He'll come back.
Definitely. And as we said, nobody's ever really dead on
Yeah.
Supernatural. First of all, when you first came on the show, did you have any idea that your character was going to become such a huge fan favorite?
No, I thought he was going to be dead really quickly, actually. I think the better saying is you can be dead on this show and still be on the show.
Right.
Because,
Yeah.
Like, how many of the characters are dead in there? Like, I mean, technically, all the angels and demons are already dead.
I mean, I'm not sure that there's a character that hasn't died.
God?
God hasn't died yet?
Can you kill God? I don't know.
God can kill God.
God can kill God. Chuck can kill God.
Yeah,
God
Chuck can kill God.
Chuck.
Well, it's a good point. But point being, did you know Kevin was going to be so popular? And what do you think it is that the fans really, connect to him about? Is he accessible to a certain extent?
Kevin, I mean, it's been a while, but when Kevin came onto the show, I thought he was going to die on my third episode, and that was going to be it. So originally, I turned it down, and there was another show that offered me, like, it was a cooler show at the time. It worked out. That cooler show was not a cooler show. And I ended up on Supernatural, and they didn't kill Kevin right away. And what that really, it taught me a really big lesson. Kevin started off as being the most stereotypical Asian character I'd ever seen. And I hated that. But because they kept him on, it was like, oh, okay, well, we are our stereotypes, but we are also so much more, and I love the fact that they got a chance to really explore Kevin and his character. And so, I had no idea the importance of Kevin in the show, and I mean, just a couple of things. Like, I think his reaction to the supernatural world was, I mean, that would be my reaction to the supernatural world. It's crazy, but at the end of the day, you adjust to it, and then he's a student again. And I think that's my favorite thing about Kevin, is that he's always a student. He starts off as a student, he ends his life as a student because, he gets put in these situations, he figures it out, through studying, which is what he's really good at. And I feel like he represents what I think most of the fandom would be in if they were thrown into that world, is that they would be Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why people relate to him,
Yeah.
you know? And Alex, obviously, you have probably one of the most interesting characters on television right now, a 2-year-old trapped in a man body, one of the 2 most powerful beings, possibly, in the universe.
So much flattery. Please keep going.
Yes, I will.
Wow,
That's what I'm
this
here
is-
for.
You're on a roll.
But, you know, as an actor, that's tough to tackle. And to put something on screen, you know, can be kind of scary. How your first day on set, did you kind of approach the character?
I think for most of us, like, you spend so much time, like, trying to get the job that by the time you get the job, you're like, oh, I know what I'm doing. At least I felt that way. You guys could be like, you did not know what you were doing. Yeah, I just tried to prepare it that way. The thing that I was kind of maybe initially concerned about, maybe for you as well, was that, like, you know, how your character is received by people is kind of not really up to you in a lot of ways.
Right.
So I'm pretty happy people liked the character, whether that is to do with me or the writing or the combination of whatever is, you know, something I'll never know, which is fine.
Well, especially coming onto a show that's been on the air so long and has such a huge fan base, you know. Did you do, after your first episodes aired respectively, did you guys kind of go on, you know, the internet and look at the reaction, or were you just kind of like, I better stay away?
For me, it wasn't even a thought. Most jobs until Supernatural were just jobs. You know, you'd go on, you do a
jobby
show.
job, if you
Yeah,
will.
yeah, jobby job.
Yeah.
So you do these jobby jobs, and you know,
Yes.
you go on, you do the job, and then after you go into the next jobby job.
So you did not look.
No, it was just a series of jobby jobs, and you don't really think too much beyond
But
the
this
job.
is
Jobby
a-
job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supernatural's a job with a J.
It's
Yeah.
got a big
Oh.
J. It's
A
got
big J.
It's got a big J
Got a
and
couple
and
J's.
a slightly smaller
Big old
J.
J's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, did you dip your toe into reading what the fans had to say about
The
your portrayal?
only time so we're in 2019, so this whole internet backlash thing is very popular. So I was really excited to kind of get my own version of it, just because I was like, ooh, maybe they'll turn on me. So in the last season, I, spoiler, kill Mary, and I was really expecting a lot of people to come at me online, but really didn't get blamed for it. So I've kind of been on the coasting, just not.
Wait, who do they blame then?
They blame Mary.
What? I was
Guys.
gonna make a joke of that.
No,
Of
no,
course
no,
they
it's-
blame Mary for.
Okay,
It's not so funny,
back me
though.
up.
What?
How many people blame Jack?
See?
Do people blame Mary?
What do you blame Mary?
Oh, 100% it's Mary's fault.
And see, we wouldn't have known this if we wouldn't have discussed
No, I
this. Yeah.
blame Jack. He was, you know, that was totally his bad. Not Mary. Yeah. Whoops, sorry.
So stepping away from Supernatural for a minute, we talked a lot about yesterday about gaming, tabletop gaming, Dungeons and Dragons. Now, do you have any interest in going out and playing a game with your pal there?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends who my dungeon master will be. If I get a roll a 20 or a 1,
He's getting it.
He
That's
did remember.
great.
That's good. No, I mean, in all honesty, do you think that is something you could get into? I think it takes a certain personality to, you know, subscribe to that suspension of disbelief fantasy tabletop.
I think it just depends on the group of friends that you go in with. You know, it really doesn't matter. Even I've had friends who were so against the idea of even pretending that things were not whatever it is, and they would go in and they'd have a blast. I think it depends on the environment and the people that you're with, and anyone can get into it, or anyone can get so, you know, such a sour taste in their mouth from a bad experience that they'll never want to do it again. So
you speaking from experience there?
Yep.
Or? Okay. Okay.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Where do you guys see yourselves as artists in the next 10 years? Do you want to stay in front of the camera? Is there any desire to move behind the camera, direct, write?
Well, I think Osric's already way ahead of me. I think we should just turn this into an Osric panel.
Yeah.
So, you've recently finished your a feature film, Osric.
I did.
Can you tell us a little
did.
about that?
Yeah.
Thank you. So I produced and started.
Also, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Alex.
really
I
incredible.
appreciate
Thank you.
it. So I wrote no, I didn't write. I wrote like a draft.
Rough
of it.
start.
I'm new at this. It's my
Okay.
first day. So I produced and acted in my first feature film last year. It's called Empty by Design. We're just starting the film festival circuit, and it's my first feature film as a producer, which is the big thing. And it just opened up a world of possibilities in my mind. So I started writing again. I just finished my second feature film ever that I wrote, and I still like it, which is
That's a big deal.
It's a really big deal. I won't even look at my first one ever.
You might be forced to.
So 10-year plan, I want to be producing and acting as well. Maybe by that time I want to try directing once at least.
Yeah.
And see where it goes from there. But I love the behind the camera stuff. I love producing. I was telling Alex earlier, when I was pitching a project, it felt like I was auditioning for 100 people. And I just love that feeling. Was I telling you that? Maybe I didn't tell you that.
That was the other Alex.
I was
That's cool.
telling another Alex how empowering it was to audition for an entire movie because we got to create opportunities, got to create jobs. I was telling Alex earlier that he should write and develop projects for himself too because I feel like
Well, I'm no Osric Chau, guys.
no, you're Alex Calvert. You can do better than that.
No.
Yeah.
Here's a question that I'm curious about. Did it alter your view or like change your approach to maybe how you tackle a role for acting?
Yeah, it did.
Thank God, because I really just threw that question off the top of my head.
Yeah, no. No, that's a good question. I never valued actors more than I have, which is a weird thing. But I used to like, oh my God, anyone can, you can act. But honestly, it's like sitting there doing the casting stuff, and even actors that did like the best auditions, and we would cast them in the role, they would not perform, and there are several characters that we had to cut out of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, like
I hope
major
they're not
characters.
here watching this panel.
They are not, and they haven't seen the movie yet. So,
Okay.
but it was a big thing, and so like the performers that showed up and did an amazing job. Like I never appreciated actors so much in my life because a good performance or a bad performance kind of makes or kills a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I never like saw that until making my first film.
Until
like,
you're on the other side.
yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah.
I
Cool.
think it's fun to move to the other side of the camera as an actor, because then you get to put your artistic thumbprint not on just the portrayal of the character, but on the entire project, everybody's portrayal, tweak different storylines and things like that. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, Alex, have you ever done short films or anything where you've been producing or directing or writing?
No.
No.
No, I've been trying to do this show, trying to make that decent,
Yeah.
But it's definitely
Doing my best.
No, I mean it's definitely a jump, and I think as you evolve as an artist, it kind of makes more as you gain.
I think it's really
experience.
inevitable for
Yeah.
most people. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to open it up to questions. So we will bring the lights up. You guys know what to do. Raise your hand. Someone will come around with a mic. And while they're getting themselves organized, still talking about being an artist, is there one person who's been a big influence in either of your careers, either as an actor or just in your pursuit of acting?
I can honestly say.
Other than Osric, obviously.
I mean, Osric's he's my star at the end of the tunnel at this point. I can honestly say no, but I'd be curious for you. Is there someone in particular, just to flip this, because we talk about ourselves so much about here. So,
I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I'm sure there is. I gotta.
do you feel like you've made your own position for yourself? Because that's what I kind of feel like for most people is that you've kind of been. You've made your own position kind of real.
I think as you grow as an artist, you embrace what makes you unique, and that's what you put forth. Instead of trying to compartmentalize your talents and mold them into for the leading man or the guy next door, you realize what your story is unique, and that's what is important to tell.
Yeah, I think everyone has to find their voice. And on that end, I never finished college or school. I guess I'm considered a dropout.
Same.
Oh, nice. We share that.
Harvest Moon and college dropout people.
Man, it was World of Warcraft had me get out of school. But one thing that I made a conscious decision when I stopped going to school is like, okay, I'm gonna not go to school, but I still value education and I don't want to be a dummy. So there on out, I made sure to keep in mind that I'm always in school. I'm always learning. And I did this character in this movie called 2012. It was a big disaster movie. I played this monk. And I had
Oh, is that the Gyllenhaal one?
no, the Cusack one.
Oh.
The Gyllenhaal one was the day after tomorrow.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I had a translator for Tibetan because I don't speak Tibetan, and he was talking about being a Tibetan monk and all these traditions and stuff. And I had this like red string necklace with a knot on it, and he told me, he's like, oh, when monks go into the monastery, they kind of make a vow to themselves, and this is a reminder of that. That no matter where they are in life, who they're talking to, they're always a student. Even if they're talking to like a child, like everyone can be your teacher. And so I've kind of held on to that, and it really doesn't matter who I'm working with or who I come across. I try to look at everyone as a potential teacher, whether it be things that I aspire to do or learn, or sometimes, and this is honestly most of the time even more motivating, I'll see someone do something so horrendous that I'm like, wow, I'm never going to do that. Or I'm never going to do it that way. And those are the lessons that stick with me. So everyone, in effect, is someone that I look up to or look not to do.
I love that, though. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. All right, we'll start our first question over here. Hi.
Hello. My
Hi.
question is for both of you. If Kevin and Alex were friends on the show, would then be good friendship or would it be rivalry?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, we had a chance to be friends, but you were so busy blowing yourself up that we really didn't even get to chat,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, we didn't even get a chance to be rivals.
No.
No.
Wasn't even like, hey, I'm Jack. Hey, I'm Kevin. And then he had other ideas.
Yeah, we didn't really introduce ourselves.
No.
Yeah. I guess we wouldn't.
No.
No.
Thank you.
Tough
All right.
answer there. I guess not.
We're going to go all the way up to the top. Hi.
Hi, I'm a huge fan of the Hollywood show, so I was wondering if either of you would be willing to do more parodies with them.
Yeah.
Huge fan of what?
The Hollywood Show.
Right.
It's the Ghostbusters thing that we did.
Yes, of course. No, I didn't. I didn't hear. I was like, all I heard was, I'm a huge fan of the room. And I was like, oh, sorry. Well, you were extensively featured in the second one.
Yeah. I work with them all the time, and honestly, anytime there's an Asian character in anything, I'm there.
You're there.
It's not going to get to that point, though. Maybe. But probably
But
for
I
a
think
little
things
bit.
are shifting. Soon I'm going to be like, if there's just a white guy, I will show up and play him.
Yeah. I like to.
It seems like those are really fun, like little projects to do, and sometimes as an actor, it's fun to intersperse those with the pressure of a series or.
I like to do fun projects
Yeah.
that are just for the sake of doing them.
Like the action movie, the action short you just did.
Oh, so I do a lot of anime live action stuff. That's just with a group of my LA friends that wanted to do live action anime, and we do.
Bobo and was it?
Oh, that's another thing.
Oh, sorry, another one.
Bobo and girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I love experimental filmmaking. I love random parody videos. I love just playing around with things that won't exist otherwise.
Right.
So every chance I get, I'll hop in on one of them and do it. On that end, yes, I would personally do more Hollywood stuff. Alex would as well.
Yes, it seems like you're getting roped in, Alex.
That's how this show works. They're like,
Yeah.
soon they want you to sing, they want you to dance.
Oh.
It's all sorts of things.
Oh, have you ever heard him sing and dance?
What?
Good, either have I. Cheers.
All right, we're gonna go right over here. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I was just wondering what you think the future of your character will be.
the future for Alex of his character?
Yeah.
Waking up?
Well, I think most actors just wish for our characters to be alive. It's really our real goal. We're just like, oh, is he alive? Is he dead?
Yeah.
No, I've kind of always been in the place that it's the Winchester story, and I'm kind of happy to play whatever part I need to be to help them finish the story. So I don't know what that is necessarily. I really hope that they just kind of find some sort of peace. That would be really nice. And I don't know. I'd love to see him rule hell. I'd love to see him rule heaven. Clearly, I'm just looking for some authority, is really what's going on.
And rightfully so. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I was just wondering, how did you guys react to the show ending?
When the boys announced that this was going to be the final season, yeah. Alex, did you know that was coming?
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because I remember, I think it was probably one of Jared's posts. It was like, my reaction, oh, the show's ending. Like, that was my actual reaction.
Like, so
You're
this
just like
is
this. You're like, huh, okay, yeah. Guess I'll throw a like. Why not? I know the guy. Sure. Yeah. All right. No new stories, huh? Weird.
It took me a while to process what that
Clearly
actually
not.
meant.
Huh.
I like the reenactment. Yeah. And did you have
Pretty
any idea
accurate.
they were
Very
gonna...
Very similar reaction for me. Hey man, we've talked to Jensen, we talked to the producers, and we're gonna end the show. Huh? Cool, guys.
Show's ending.
See ya. No, I've been more so on the path that I think everybody will be processing it throughout the next. I'll give the serious answer now. I think everybody will be processing it throughout the next year, and we're going to be processing it all together. So that'll be nice.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right. Next question is over here. Hi.
Hi, I was just wondering, for both of you, how many pranks have you gone through together through Jensen and Jared? And also, what's your gnarliest one that you've gotten so far?
Okay, we can start with that. We'll start with the second part. What is the gnarliest prank?
Yeah, you've been pranked extensively, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the pranking this year just kind of boiled down to like a collective dog pile. Jack went through some health scares this year, and I had to keep fainting over and over and over again. And they saw this as their opportunity to put me in a lot of back pain. But that's okay. Me and Osric are actually part of the collective Padalecki, Ackles, Misha Collins lawsuit that we are launching this year. And we are thrilled to announce it here at OSCON for the first time. So, see you in court.
He's kidding.
I'm not kidding. You were a witness. What are you talking about?
I mean, Osric?
Well, that's why the show's ending.
Yeah. Too many lawsuits.
Got a little too gnarly.
Yeah.
No, I think I was pretty lucky. They've only pranked me a handful of times, and nothing too bad, thankfully. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the worst one they've done on you?
I don't know. None of
What's the most painful one they've done on you?
I mean, the dog pile, the one that was like, I think the popular one from the first season is like, basically I received this video from my mother from beyond the grave, and they hand me this laptop, and it's this beautiful message that she set up for me, and Courtney Ford's such a sweet woman, and she's like got these tears, and she's wishing me well, like, just like, I'm so proud of you, which is like all you ever want to hear. And then Jared hands me the laptop. Here. Hands me the laptop. I open the laptop, and it's just somehow just a screen full of dicks. Just the whole screen. And I really tried to keep it together, but I think that was the gnarliest emotional blow of 2018 for me.
I think that, the pranks was always a question that Supernatural people get. And I think that at the end, after everything's said and done, the show's wrapped up, that the cast should release like a coffee table book of all the pranks. And that way people can, keep educating themselves. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Osric. I was just wondering what the stage direction you got for your Dirk Gently character and if you had a lot of fun with it.
Just in general, stage direction? Yeah. No, I think that was the most fun we had was that we got to figure it out ourselves. So usually like, okay, you guys are gonna like smash this stuff today. And then we would just like look at it and like, oh, how do we want to break this? I was like, okay, I'll do some smashing here, you'll do some smashing there. And then we'll crisscross here and then we'll break some stuff here. So really we got to be creative with how we were gonna break things. And that is still to this day and probably forever, just because I don't see it getting better than that. It really was the best, just breaking things every day. Yeah, because there's no way you could do it wrong. I think there's no fail. Yeah, so not much. I think sometimes they're like, okay, be happier when you're breaking things, or like maybe you should try to be like, give us like more manic. For me, it was manic. Like you're gonna be manic when you're breaking this. You're too happy right now, or it's like you look too angry. It's like let's just enjoy it a little bit more. So I think that was about it. Apart from that, we just got to break things.
That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, next question.
Way up top.
Yeah, all
Hi.
the way up there.
Hi. So at a recent Supernatural convention in Melbourne, Richard Speight Jr. and Ruth Connell speculated that their love child, if it happened, would be a Wangel, so twice the power of a Nephilim. Alex, would a Wangel be
Wait, a
your...
Wangel?
A Wangel?
A witch/angel.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Thank you.
Did not go there. Okay.
Yeah. So hypothetically, Alex, do you think that could be a rival, an ally for you in the next season?
Nope. Wiping them out.
No Angel.
I got no more room for kids on the show. They're hard to work with. You know, they can do limited hours. No. It was so funny. Someone asked me a question once. They're like, do you think Jack could transform into something else? And I'm like, no, it's going to be me. It has to be me. It's like, they're not taking this.
Is a Wangel the best thing they could think of? Wangel?
They
Damn
were
it,
under
Rich.
pressure. It was the pressure moment.
And Jitch. Yeah, no, that doesn't work either. No.
Not the same ring to it.
It's got a... Okay.
Wangel.
Wangel.
Yeah,
All right, I
Wangel.
guess that's all right.
Kinda
Don't worry,
works.
I'll go back to work and like day one, it'll be like, a Wangel enters the lair. I'm like, what the hell?
The power of the fans.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, just wondering, how do you think your lives would be different if you never joined Supernatural?
How would your lives be different if you never joined Supernatural?
It's so hard to speculate on that.
Yeah, that's that's tough. That's more of a like a philosophical question than anything else.
Well, actually, no, I have a good idea. So I would say that my career might have stayed in Asia. So at the time, I was bouncing between Beijing, Vancouver, and LA. And it was on my way to LA from Beijing through Vancouver that I had the audition for Supernatural. And were it not for that, I probably would have gone back to Beijing, and I might have kept going with the career in Asia. That could have been very different.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'll give a simple answer. I wouldn't be here. Probably not with you lovely people. So that's an easy one.
Yeah. When did you first realize that the fan base for Supernatural was something very, very special and very different than many other shows?
I mean, for me, I think it was my first convention. I kept asking around, I guess maybe kind of stupidly of me, being like, I was like, what's it like? But nothing could have prepared me for a ballroom full of people just totally interested to hear and what this new character was like on the show. That, to me, was just astounding. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the karaoke
Like,
party.
what could brace you for that? What could, like... I don't
Nothing.
know.
Everyone tried, and they gave me a heads up, but you either thought they were lying because they're idiots, or
To, like, set you up for something,
yeah,
right?
because they always do that,
Yeah.
right? You don't trust anything anyone says on
That's
this show.
true, yeah.
Yeah, no.
You're like,
it's-
this is a prank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
So you'll see in actually page 74 of the lawsuit, this is part of the emotional compensation we'll be seeking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Hi.
Hi guys. I
Hi.
was just wondering, if you had one book to read for the rest of your life, what book would you pick and why?
Ooh.
One book to read for the rest of your life.
Oh.
Trying to think of what would be there for the rest of my life. That's a lot.
What would
I mean,
your
that could be a very long or very short time. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, would I, like, if I was living this life, this one book life, would I have to continuously read this book, or would I just I read it and then I put it down and it's just there and that's the only book I could read, but I just don't read.
That would be user's choice.
Yeah, you're really throwing a wrench in
Well,
this
I'm
one.
just saying it's different. Like if there's
in your version of the story, are you cursed to read this book over and over again?
Yeah.
And
Well,
you get to page 300 and you're like, oh shit, and
I
then
gotta start
all
over.
over
Exactly.
again?
Or
Okay.
is it something that I read the book.
You can leave it, go collect coconuts or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna
come
go
back to it.
Well, let's say I'm gonna come back to 5 years from now. I'm like, I think I'm ready, and then I read it again.
Okay.
Because over and over again is different. I would pick a long book so that I would forget about the beginning by the time I got to the end.
Right.
You were like, how can I derail this question as quickly as possible? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm coming up blank here.
You can throw an answer out on Twitter later.
Sure.
Run, spot, run.
Missed this one.
Thank you. All right, next question. Hi.
Hi, my question's for Osric.
Mm-hmm.
So at the start of season 7, Kevin tells Dick Roman that he's a vegan. In season 8, though, he's shown eating ribs and sassing out Crowley. Was there a reason for this?
I think honestly, the writers probably forgot. But I think if we were to explain everything, once the end of the world starts happening, things just priorities shift, right? I feel like as fussy as Kevin might have been, a couple years back, he's just trying to save the world. He's trying to save his mom, his family, his friends, and he's not going to make a fuss over what the Winchesters will or will not bring him. He just needs sustenance. He's probably vegan for environmental issues, health issues, but I think at that point, all of those things kind of fell to the wayside. So it didn't really matter to him. In his mind, he was he was probably barely living anyways, right? What is his life? He just has to get to that point where he saves everyone, and then he can care about all the other things. I feel like everything else, his reasons for being vegan, were more seen as a luxury at that point.
Thank you. Great question. Thank you.
Were you a famous vegan on the show? Is that?
No.
Did you start a blog?
No, but
At least an Instagram handle.
I mean, I about that time I actually became vegan.
Did you
too.
become a plant-based Kevin or something?
No, I started. Kevin was plant-based to begin with.
Okay, there you
and
go.
it wasn't even my input.
All right.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering if you could have any character return for the last episode, who would you choose?
Any character to return for the last episode?
Only for the last episode. Yeah.
Or maybe the last season, right? Anything?
Last episode.
Last episode.
Last episode return.
I feel like I'm not qualified to answer this, but
know,
I would love taking an audience suggestion.
Yeah, I feel like neither of us are
Well, I
qualified.
feel like yesterday, Jeffrey Dean Morgan came up as
Yeah, you said Crowley, kind of.
Crowley. Yeah.
Crowley.
Well, Negan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan would come back.
but then it was
We're
the
gonna need
dual,
him with the leather jacket.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Shepard, he's great. Crowley, I don't know.
I
What
mean,
do you guys
Adam.
think?
Adam should come
Adam.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
if he's
I'm
going to come
putting
back.
all my carrots on Adam.
Yeah,
Here.
I like Adam as an answer. Adam, that makes sense.
He deserves it.
Does the answer Adam make you happy?
Good.
Okay, good.
No?
Done.
Well, too bad. It's our answer.
Hi.
Hi, I was just wondering that what show or what character would you like to play in the future?
A role that you guys aspire to, maybe a nonfiction character.
Should it be a character that already exists? Don Draper on Mad Men.
Oh,
The remake.
No one. All right.
no?
Cool.
Yeah, really? That's a great character choice.
Yeah.
Not even my dad helped me out with that one. Cheers. Yeah, I would love to play that character.
Yeah, that'd be great. You'd be great in that.
A little young right now, but that's okay.
In the next decade, they'll be ready to remake
Yeah,
it. And then
yeah.
you can come back in and John Hamm can play your
Burt
dad.
Cooper.
Or who knows?
I'm not that picky. I just want to do things that I've not done yet. I get bored real easy. So as long as it's a character that's different and challenges me a little bit.
Meat-based Kevin.
Meat-based. No. No. Everything except meat-based Kevin.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Hi.
Hi, this is just for Alex, but I've heard a theory going around that Jack could potentially become the new god. I was wondering about your opinions on that.
Jack becoming the new god.
I'm interested in this rumor. Could you fill me in?
You didn't hear this rumor?
No.
I've just seen it online a few times, people writing theories that could potentially happen and Jack could overthrow the
Wait,
whole
how many
god.
people wrote these things? Is it just you?
Is it you?
Is it you?
You
like-
can tell us. It's okay.
Yeah, you don't have to.
We won't share it with anyone.
There's these rumors.
What do you,
There's
have
these
you,
rumors that I've started.
It's a
It's
rumor.
actually me. It's me.
It's a rumor, but is there validity to
Absolutely,
the fact
I
that it
think
could
there's-
happen?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's validity to it because if Jack is able to get his full powers back, he's one of the only people I think that are capable of taking that spot or being able to overthrow Chuck. So I mean, let's throw some gasoline on the fire.
Absolutely. Thank you. Great question. Thank you. Hi.
Do you guys ever feel like you're leaders of a cult?
I think the better question is, do you feel like they're leaders of a cult?
Do you feel like you're in a cult?
You can change your life.
You can
right
change your life
now.
right now. That's right. What if we told you that? Okay.
This is actually our TED Talk. Now, if you could just take the payment plan of $159 twice a month for the rest of your life and your mortgage, we will tell you what to do. Osric?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Now, no. What are the? What is a cult? Let's talk about a cult. What is a cult?
I don't know. I think we'd have to ask Misha Collins.
Yeah, I'd ask Misha. I'd
We
ask
really
Misha.
want some cult tips.
Trench coats?
Mandatory trench coats.
Mandatory. I feel like there are definitely shades of cults, but
This is how cults start,
This is it?
In every cult documentary I've ever seen.
I
there's
love
always-
cult
as do
documentaries,
I.
by the way. Yeah.
So in every cult documentary, there's always a moment where like people thought we were a cult, but we were a fun cult, and just like that's always like the tipping point before everything like goes awry and they start getting weird tattoos and
How many tattoos do you have?
How many cult tattoos do I have?
Yeah.
Several.
Several.
I've actually tatted a whole trench coat on my back to celebrate the next season.
Nice.
You guys can be the Wangels.
I can see a little bit of Richard. I can see a little bit. Do we feel like cult? No, I don't feel. Yeah, Misha would be the cult leader if anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I feel like the fandom is. It can be seen as a cult. I have had like acquaintances that know nothing about supernatural call it a cult, and they're
We're
not-
a fun cult.
We're a fun cult. We're a fun cult, and we try to do positive things for the world, right?
As cults do.
As cults do.
Yeah, right. I mean,
There's always a charity aspect to begin and self-improvement.
That's right.
Yes.
So you're getting your tattoo as well, right?
Yeah, I'm getting the trench coat facing the other way so that I can confuse people.
That means he's a leader.
That's right.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi.
She's just like, we gotta stop these guys.
Hi.
Hi.
If you were to
Save
come
us,
back
please.
to the show, what fictional creature would you be?
If we were to come back to the show?
Yeah, but not as humans.
Oh, but not as humans.
Yes.
Oh.
What fictional creature?
I mean, God sounds pretty cool.
And why?
I always thought I know it's been done a bunch of times, but like any character that can like morph into like a wolf or be like a werewolf style
a
character.
shapeshifter?
Shapeshifters are always
Werewolf?
super cool.
You know what? If Kevin came back, it would actually be cool if Kevin was a cult leader. That would be pretty
Very
sweet.
original.
That would be very sweet.
Your next job, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Perfect.
good. Thank you. Thank you. All right, up here. Hi.
What's your favorite line from Supernatural, and what was it like working on Arrow?
What's your favorite line from Supernatural?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, and what was it like working on Arrow?
You got any quick hits on that favorite line?
Favorite line? From my first episode, I'm a Kevin Tran. I loved my first episode ever. It was fun, and it had so many elements of like Ben Edlund in it. I was a big fan of Ben. So for that, and the show, working on the show is great. You know, it is the first job that actually feels like a family, because it's been so much of the same crew and cast for so long. So every time I go back, it feels really homey. But more than that, I think working on this show this has happened. You know, this has happened where we get to hang out beyond on set, and it's not common that happens. Like I don't even remember the last time I was on Supernatural. Actually, it wasn't that long ago, but. Feels like a long time ago, but still, like I'd still hang out with a lot of the Supernatural cast, you know, when we're not shooting, and that rarely happens for any movie, any TV show, and I think that's such a special thing for Supernatural.
Sorry, you said Arrow too, right? Oh, okay. Is there a lot of Arrow people here?
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is good. Great part about that. I just really love. I mean, right away they sent some of the Anarchy comics to my house, which was awesome because I got to really research that kind of character. But for me, I just love the stunts that they kind of do on a very. I mean, it's only 8-day episodes, but the amount of stunts they squeeze into one episode is really quite impressive. So from the fight coordinators to the stunt guys. They have awesome like motorcycle chases, which are just so impressive to do on TV. And they gave me a flamethrower. So
right?
Anytime, guys, someone offers you a flamethrower, you say yes.
Just say yes.
I don't care if it's a bar mitzvah, Christmas. You guys do it, all right?
Thank you for that. And we have time for just one more question, so we'll go right here. Hi.
Hi. I was just wondering if you guys have ever pranked Jared and Jensen back, or if you have tried and failed miserably.
Have you ever pranked Jared and Jensen back, or did you try to prank them and fail?
Never tried. Broke Jared's arm though. So.
My plan for this year is to do a full Osric Chau and to choke out Jared Padalecki one last time.
I could see that happening. That'd be great.
Could be. But who knows? We'll see how this lawsuit happens. That might be.
Yeah. It's really dependent on the results of the lawsuit.
I think so.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And you guys are amazing. It's been a great weekend. You guys are unbelievable. Thank you. Did you guys have fun? Please give one more big round of applause for Osric Chau and Alexander Calvert.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.